Kellen Robertson has made a really important video now. I'll show you a few screenshots from it, but mostly I think you should go to the link which I'm posting underneath this video. Please follow that link and see the real thing. This is a video that demands views and demands support. And in the video, Kalen interviews people who have testified in the past about the chemical weapons used in Syria. They explain how they've been threatened, cajoled, held in prison in Al-Khatib, in the Adra prison, Al-Mazi, the pressure that's been put on the people, and to hide the information of the chemical attacks, particularly in Douma, in Damascus, and there's a person who they specifically speak to called Isma Hassan, and he was persuaded to say that there was no evidence of chemical weapons, but it isn't true. And now with the fall of Assad, he's prepared to speak out. This is such an important report, and it exposes the staged testimony, the coerced witnesses, the tampering with evidence by Russian officials to mask the Assad regime's war crimes, and the horrific reality of the Russian engagement with the Syrians in the civil war, and the scale and the impact of the testimony tampering, the deceit, the threats, the torture. They highlight the lies that are now being told about, for example, the atrocity in Butcher. This is some sort of false flag. It isn't. It's exactly as it appears to be. This is Russian brutality followed by Russian propaganda, Russian lies, Russian cover-up. And the evidence of this is that this is what the Russians do. This is their game plan. This is now exposed in Syria. It's as if Syria was a trial run for Ukraine, because the same chemical weapons and the same cover-ups are being applied in Ukraine to Ukrainian citizens caught in this invasion by the Kremlin. The chemical attacks in Syria took place in 2012, 2013, 2018, incidents like Ghouta and Douma. And Assad's regime, 98% of the chemical attacks have been attributed to his forces, but they are reinforced, supplied, motivated by Putin and the Kremlin. And the international outcry they generated was blunted by testimony that was tampered with. And here is the evidence. And Kalen and Audrey have found that evidence, have collected it, have posted it online, and have kept copies so that they can be sent on to the OPCW, to the ICC, to the United Nations, and the individuals who have spoken to them are prepared to testify in The Hague. This is so important. And the Douma attack, the chlorine gas that was reportedly used that killed 43 people, injured hundreds, and the international reaction to that, including from the US, from the UK, from the French, which led to moderate military strikes against Syrian government facilities, those strikes should have been heavier. And we were wrong to pause and to dilly-dally about that. We should have been more forceful in our response. Because this isn't about Syria on its own, this is about Russia. And this is about Russia enabling Russia and giving Russia a trial run for Ukraine. The controversy is about Russia allied with Syria, denying the attack, claiming it was staged, and coercing the people who were testifying, shipping them first to Moscow and then to The Hague. And the testimonies from the victims and the witnesses, which appeared to be delivered under duress, genuinely were. Here is the evidence. The evidence of coercion. The witnesses threatened with harm to their families if they didn't comply with the scripted narrative which was fed to them. The fabricated medical footage, the false claims made under extreme pressure. And at the same time, Russia was sanitizing the Duma site, removing incriminating evidence and manipulating international investigations. Of course, Russia wants to participate in an investigation into claims of war crimes in Bucha and elsewhere. Of course it does. Of course it wants access to these sites because it wants to, again, remove the incriminating evidence, sanitize the sites, because it's already done that in Syria. The Pentagon accusations that Russia works systematically to obstruct the OPCW inspectors is now proven to be the case. The truth eventually comes to light. And the bravery of the victims coming forward despite the threats against them. Those threats, of course, continue. But they are cheered by the fall of the Assad regime and by the promise of something better. And the broader implications for international accountability mechanisms, particularly in dealing with war crimes, are give one hope, but only if we work fast to ensure that these testimonies are heard, are filed away, are acted upon. Hamish de Breton Gordon, NATO's former chief weapons specialist, who features at the end of this film, he supports the need for renewed investigations based on these revelations and says how important it is to collect this information, to get the information out there onto the airwaves. This is what Kalin has done. Because Assad and Putin must both be held accountable under international law for what they have done. But I think it has to be seen within the context of Syria as a trial run for Ukraine. The human cost, the sufferings of victims like Taufik, who lost his family. This is a call for justice, but it's also a call for the international community to learn from these atrocities to prevent future impunity for war crimes, and to highlight the importance of this report, to stress the need for actions against those responsible for these heinous acts, and to support Kalin Robertson's quest for truth, because he's on an important mission here, and he's doing sterling work. This is what journalism should be about, and he needs as much support. So he's got a Patreon channel. Please join that, and all the details are on his site. Follow the link to his site. Look at the program that he has, look at the video that he has made with Audrey, and with the testimony of all these individuals. It's stirring stuff, and it's cutting edge journalism. Congratulations.